Over here, in the red, our champion of the GSL Season 2, formerly known as Zerkbong. He has now changed his ID to a delicious drink that's called...
I am NesTea.
Over here, on the other side of the only other starting location on this map, we have...
Maka Prime Week.
Maka Prime. It's time for some Maka Prime.
Maka Prime time!
That's right.
Prime time with Maka.
And see you guys, more pizza. I'm going to get some of that stuff while you're doing the interview, Artosis. I'm going to enjoy it, too.
I wish I had a nice life like you, Tasis.
I have a good life.
Yeah. I'm so bitter right now. People at home think I'm joking, too. I'm actually...
No, he's actually probably really mad, man. No cheese pizza for him. It's funny because you like cheese pizza, but you hate it when you get cheese in the game, you know? It's interesting. I got nothing. Right now. Can we actually rewind time, please? Can we get John to spin the Earth backwards? Like,
probably could.
I think I can do just about anything.
I know it.
Oh, it looks like he's going to put an eBay over here to block up the hatchery from being planted.
Very popular, very good move. This actually happens all the time in the Korean ladder on Scrap Station because you know they're going to hatch first. I mean, normally they're going to hatch first everywhere, but especially this map. Sending 4 drones, interesting.
He really wants that. I don't know if this is...
He's hurting his economy quite a bit.
Yeah, I think he expected to kill the SCV much quicker.
Yeah.
Mac Prime is doing such a great job of microing that SCV.
Yeah, jumping him on, jumping him off. SCV doing the hokey pokey to put together this eBay.
No, nice. A second engineering bay.
Heck yeah, he had it placed in such a way that he could actually do that. And our Terran player is just going to cancel these anyways.
I think this is a big mistake by NesTea to send all these drones here.
Yeah, he definitely wanted that hatchery up. I actually, right now on this map, I'm testing when people do that to me, making a hatchery in between the 2 bases, just to get creep out there and kind of block Hellions and stuff, because that's a great follow-up to that build. But anyways, pretty interesting to see what Maka is doing here, because he is going for a command center. So he's going to go ahead and expand quite quickly. Will it be for the island, or will it be for his natural expansion?
Let's find out. SCV in here. He's going to get some scouting done. And we got the second barracks on the way over here. Note the entrance on this map is very large. So you got to be very careful to not let a ton of units just get up there at once. It's not like Lost Temple where you have this small choke.
And what are we going to see over here, I wonder?
Yeah, I'm curious.
SCV is very happy with where he is.
This is, well, he might just be keeping it there to scout later on. That's always a possibility. The expansion is only just now going to finish. That is so insanely late.
4 barracks. Insta 4 barracks. I think we're just going to see that timing attack that we've seen basically every game so far.
Yeah,
Marauders
I think so.
And Marines, it's so popular right now.
Well, you know what's funny about it is you don't get gas right away.
Yeah.
You get the gas much later. So you just have so many minerals, you might as well just spend it on all these cheap Marines.
In fact, when you're making, by the way, a bunch of barracks all at once before making a lot of units, it's called powering.
Yeah, that's the term
little
for it.
vocab word for any non-StarCraft 1 players out there. It's powering. You power up your production facilities, and powering is super duper important.
Yeah, you gotta know how to
do
power.
it just right.
Yeah. Occasionally we can refer to it as macroing. And for our Korean viewers, the word of the day is wonky.
Yeah.
Turns out that wasn't a word. I was making fun of Artosis, but I was wrong.
Yeah.
That's okay though.
Means like off center or crooked a little bit or something like that. Just
wonky.
like I said. I am so smart.
Now, yeah, I was wrong, Artosis. I'm sorry I made fun of you.
It's okay.
But it's okay. Tasteless is human. Even though Tasteless talks in third person, he's still human.
Now, we do have Zergling Speed just finishing up, Stim and Combat Shields being made, and NesTea sacking this Overlord. Gonna scout out as much as he possibly can. Sees a Marauder with the Marines already, and he's obviously gonna be able to easily see those 3 barracks out front. In fact, he's already seen them, so he's going to know exactly what's going on. And I think we're going to see him produce a ridiculous amount of units right now. In fact, he is getting the Baneling Nest, which is going to be quite important. Has already laid a creep tumor out there. In fact, has a third queen to make sure that his creep gets spread quite well. And he's going to need a silly amount of Zerglings once again. And wow,
Excuse me.
he gets his drones up so quick. He's up at 41 drones. Has 16 Zerglings already.
Well, we got a ton of links here. Both these guys are powering, as we said earlier. Just massing up a ton of units here. And, nice. You know what's funny is, like, we made so much fun of NesTea at the start of GSL Season 1 for being bad about creep tumors. Now this guy's like a sicko killer. It's actually completely crazy. By the way, Terran Army moving out now. Looks like he's going to go for the rocks over here.
Nope.
Oh, nope, excuse me.
Zergling. Executing that. And, well, NesTea, he is making a lot of Banelings right now, Tasis. Baneling's speed, not quite done, but if he can stall out the attack just a little bit, just like this, this is actually...
This is really interesting.
It's funny that he did this, and I'm wondering exactly what his plan was. He might have had a plan to just drop some creep over there.
Oh.
But that has bought him enough time for Baneling speed to finish.
Yeah.
So that's actually a huge deal. And on this creep, with Baneling speed, he's going to be able to roll through this. Baneling speed almost done. Trying to surround these Marauders.
Nice job surrounding the Marauders, but the Banelings are coming for the Marines.
And there they go! Speed is done! And those Marines are going to want to go home. Smartly so. Zerglings.
Here they come.
Trapping them. May as well let them die to Banes now. Look how low health those are.
Yeah, no kidding. They're not that useful anymore. Meanwhile, back here, this is going to be a questionable amount to try to take on.
Now, the Spire has finished.
Yep,
yeah.
researching +1.
Popping out some Mutalisks. The timings on NesTea are really, really good.
Mutalisks, very safe to get on this map. That's why they're called Mutalisks and not Mutarisks.
Ooh.
Whoa. Takes out the SCV over here for Maka Prime. And then takes out some more SCVs. Where are the rest of the Marines? There they are, finally coming up here.
Now, these Mutas are actually going to do a great job. The Marines stimming up to take care of them. The problem with that is there's no medevacs out quite yet. So, you know, the stimming of the Marines is going to put medevac energy at even more of a premium, considering there are none out yet. NesTea has taken that gold base.
NesTea, if he secures this gold base, I like this style, by the way. When you play Zerg to take the gold base as your third.
Absolutely.
Because you can always counterattack the Terran if he tries to get your gold base.
Yeah, exactly, especially when you have a lot of Mutalisks.
Yeah.
If he attacks it with not enough Marines, you go clean it up. If he attacks with enough Marines, then he's not going to have enough at home to properly counter those Mutalisks. So really abusing the mobility. That is the way you got to play Scrap Station. Because once Terran gets that big ground army out and uses the small corridors correctly, it's going to be quite hard for Zerg. But in this part of the game, Mutalisks is going to be all over the map. Going to be very hard for Terran to actually block any harassment, as we're seeing here. Marines come out, just fly away somewhere else. But Maka, he's still stimming his entire group, Tasteless.
Yeah, he's doing it again.
Ugh.
See, the
We're going to have to
medevac's
sit
getting
him
low on
down and
energy.
just tell him to stim 3 or 4.
We're all going to have an intervention with Maka.
Yeah.
We sit him down. Dude, Maka, people are worried about you.
Yeah. We care about you, Maka.
Maka, you're killing yourself.
Yeah.
He's sitting there with his stim in his hand. Just gives himself another stim pack. Oh, going to try to make an opening here. Again, another 4 stim here.
And notice those medevacs going so low on energy.
Well, this place is completely saturated, this base down here at the bottom left.
The income right now is pretty crazy. Look at that. He's got 2,200 against 1,400 from Maka.
Yeah.
And he's got an extra macro hatch as well, does NesTea. So he is just macroing like a crazy man, getting so many units out. Right now, the supply is pretty close, but NesTea's definitely going to be pulling ahead here.
Stim again here from Maka, even after the muters have gone. The stim packs apparently are addictive.
They just make you better than you are, Tasteless.
I know. Feels like I'm walking on sunshine. Excuse me. Now, again, Zerg is doing such a great job with these Mutalisks, just harassing here and there, forcing a stim. I think what NesTea has done is he's read his opponent correctly. Said, okay, you're one of these guys. You're not comfortable with me being in your base. You're just going to keep stimming. Well, I'm just going to kill you inadvertently.
He does do that, Tasteless. Continues to stim multiple groups of units now.
By the way, lots of Lings and Banelings over here. An expansion almost done.
Yeah, the supply is getting pretty out of control right now for NesTea. He was just down at 150. All of a sudden, he is up at 184. And Maka, though, 150 himself, kind of push through this center area. That's the way you got to do it on this map. And, oh, that Mutalisk harassment is really killing Maka. There is an armory out, though, so I'm sure we're going to see some Thors pop out
of that
eventually.
factory pretty soon. Meanwhile, it looks like Terran is ready to push.
Yeah. He has to push just perfectly through here because right now NesTea with that gold base, taking a fourth as well, he's going to be feeling on top of it.
Terrible NesTea.
Loses a few mutas there.
He's going to have to get a proper concave here.
Yeah, it's going to be hard. If Maka just spreads correctly here, Banelings are going to have a hard time closing on these siege tanks. Maka's got to just bring small groups out in front like we've seen some other top Terrans do. Oh man, so many stims. And Will NesTea's just going to go for it.
He's going to bite.
The siege tank's not really spread out all that well. A bunch of them in a clump there. Does lose a lot of Banelings,
every single Baneling there.
His supply drops drastically down 151 against 127. So, but the thing is, Maka lost a lot of siege tanks. You really can't have any of them together because a lot of time Banelings will detonate on siege tanks. Yeah. And then the splash is hitting both and makes them twice as good. Got to split them just a bit more. Keep those Marauders out in front, as he does do. And the Marines trying to go after these mutas, but the mutas magic boxing that Thor. Some more Banelings rolling in.
Oh! He barely saved the rest of those Marines. I don't know if Maka can last that much longer, though. He's trying to just push through here, but he doesn't have much reinforcements on the way. Meanwhile, Zerg continuing to hatch Banelings.
Yeah, you know, right now, it's looking pretty hard for Maka. He did not make a third base this game. It's a much slower third coming up. Some Mutalisks are going down. But he's having a hard time keeping up with the macro of NesTea here. You know, he does have that gold base, which is just providing so much income. He has that extra hatchery as well.
Well, Maka has maybe a few more minutes left to try to do some damage. Otherwise, this game's basically over. NesTea has just become too big.
Muta's cutting off some reinforcements. Just really abusing mobility on this map. So many Banelings, Tasteless. So many
Banelings. Nice job by NesTea, just cutting off reinforcements.
Yeah, he just keeps doing it.
Terran suddenly realized he's pushing out, but he's actually just stuck out here with a small group of units.
That's right. I don't even know if he should push forward from
I
there.
think
Maybe
he
wait a minute.
Stop, yeah.
But he's deciding to do it, Tasteless. He does have +1 on those siege tanks. Going to help out with the splash damage.
Okay, I don't know. He's going to have perfect micro, and even then I don't know if
those siege tanks should be stifled back a little bit more.
There's actually 54 Banelings, Artosis.
Yeah. But here they come. And the siege tanks, they are too close together, not getting in as much damage as they could. And that is just too many Baneling stasis. Rolling.
Oh my god.
And at this point, GG is all he has left to say. NesTea wins 2-1 over in Maka Prime.
NesTea played very well. That was an awesome series. As Artosis and Tastes would say, very high level.
Indeed.
Very high level indeed. Guys.
Maka actually, he played great. But, you know, NesTea really dealt with the early attacks in the second two games.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound quite right, but the second and third games, he dealt with those attacks very well.
Yeah, he really did.
He really used the Mutalisk superbly on Scrap Station. Maka did overstim quite a bit, and a little tip to Terrans out there, spread your tanks a little bit more than Maka did. Have them stifle going backwards a bit more, because that's what actually gets the Zerg. You get him to overcommit a little bit with those huge mainling attacks, where he's chasing your Marines back. The thing is, when he gets next to the siege tanks aren't firing at the Banelings anymore. But if they're stifled backwards, every second that he keeps chasing with the Banelings, you are actually killing more and more Banelings as the Marines run backwards through more and more tanks. So a little mistake there from Maka.
That's a very good point. Do you ever play Panzer Dragoon Saga? Because right now my hair's doing that. you know Panzer Dragoon Saga? Look at the main character from that right now.
The what?
Do you know Panzer Dragoon Saga?
Panzer Dragoon Saga?
Oh, you don't know. I thought you played that game. Never mind. I was going to make a joke about my hair.
I'm sorry.
Google image it. You'll laugh.
I ruined it.
Anyways, no, I think that game was really impressive.
It was a great
Your
series.
tip you just gave there was quite good as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think NesTea, you know what's interesting about his play style is that he doesn't really have any one focal point where I can be like, you know what this guy's good at? Like unit control.
Exactly.
He's just very well-rounded, very clean.
Yeah.
Put him in any situation, he seems to be able to get, out of it. He's very resilient.
I must say, a couple times now, NesTea has almost been eliminated from this tournament.
I know. Different from the GSL Season 2.
Yeah, where he didn't lose a game.
Up
till the finals, at least. Well, that was a very good match. I'm going to be interviewing NesTea momentarily here. Sad to see Maka Prime go. That's it.
We'll be
right
back.
back.
Much love.